dry fire. How much can you realistically get done in dry fire with a small space, right? I live in a condo. I think a lot of people kind of share my struggle here of never having enough space for dry fire. You know, and I think that the biggest mistake I see is people doing just draws, reloads, and manipulations because they don't have a big space to like run around and do a lot of movement. Once you start moving and shooting a lot, you're going to change your perspective. Things that worked when you had your perfect, you know, your feet perfectly placed and the right bend in your knees and the perfect, you know, kind of hip direction and everything. That's kind of gonna fall apart when you start moving your feet. Doing things like entries and exits, lateral movement, retreating and forward movement, stuff like that. It's really important to go ahead and get those things in your training. You could set up kind of two cones or two pieces of tape, maybe 10, 12 feet apart, and literally just shoot or dry fire at a array of targets in one position, run to the other, and then dry fire the next array of targets, right? Or you could do the same array, shoot it once in one position, run to the other, shoot it once in the other position. The other thing you could do is simply taking a step. So taking a step when you draw your gun, taking a step when you reload, stuff like that really can kind of change your perspective on how you're manipulating things. Moving back and forth, same as like moving the two positions, or just literally just walking one direction or another, trying to see your dot on whatever array you've put up in dry fire targets. New gear. I bought some more stuff this week. I like buying things apparently. I like hearing my credit card go. This is what I got. This is a Double Alpha Academy gamer belt. I have officially moved away from the tactical Cobra buckle belt that I had before and moved all the way to the gamer side of things. It's a good belt. It's almost too sturdy. I mean, this is literally fully weighted mags and gun in here, and it's not slopping at all. It's a great belt so far. I mean, I've only had it a week, but so far it seems good. I've dry fired with it a little bit. It seems like I can get kind of consistent loads, consistent draws, because my stuff is always in the same place. There's no slop, there's no movement. Whatever these attachments are for my magazines fit really well. But I also got this little magnet right here. A lot of them use metal magazines, so I was a little bit nervous about the Glock mags because they're polymer over metal, so I didn't know if they would stick to this magnet, but they do, which is a nice feature. So got the little magnet thing. I also got this new holster hanger right here. This is a Ben Steger Boss hanger, and it's similar to the UBL, which I used a UBL forever, which the UBL is polymer or plastic or whatever. And then this is, I'm assuming, aluminum, but I like this. I like it a lot. I think it's more consistent than the plastic. Again, for the same reasons of there's no like flexing or movement in it. The other thing is it actually bolts to the belt, whereas the UBL just kind of slides on, and when you're putting your belt on, you kind of got to find where you need to be with your holster with the UBL because it has that gap that the belt actually moves through. So very happy with this so far, but still some testing to be done on this stuff. But I went full gamer on that. Some other new gear that I got that I'm not happy with is this little dry fire swinger target thing that I got off of the Ben Steger Pro Shop. Well, it broke. So, you know, I don't know what that tells you. It's a little bit fragile, and I guess I'm just rough with things. So if you're not as rough as me, maybe this is the right choice for you. But basically this thing would, it had like a counterweight, and it would swing this target so you could practice swingers, which is a common type of target to see in competition. So I got it, I set it up, I built it. I don't really have a whole lot of places to stick it, so I stuck it on my TV for a little bit, then I kind of stuck it on my microwave, then I kind of did a little thing over here where I stuck it. I couldn't really figure out a good place to put it, but it actually became unstuck and fell on the ground, and that's how it broke. So take that for what it's worth. I didn't have a good experience with it. Probably not going to try to send it back or anything. I'll just throw it away. But yep, that's my experience with that. So what do you do about swingers? Well, I'm not entirely sure how to do it in dry fire, but here's one solution that I've kind of been doing is on YouTube. If you go on YouTube and you type in Dry Fire King, it's this guy, I don't know who it is, but he's made all of these digital videos of like mock stages that you can put up on your screen and kind of dry fire at those targets, and some of the stages have swingers. The problem with the swingers is they're really, really slow. They move at a snail's pace, and they're just not realistic. Every swinger I've ever seen in competition does not look like that. They're much faster, and they're much harder to trap. So my solution to this was actually speeding up the video. That was a pretty good solution, so I'm gonna kind of keep working on that. And that's just what I got for now until I can figure out some other way to dry fire swingers. Well, I think that's it for this week in shooting for me. If you guys have gotten this far, thank you for watching my video. You know, I think a lot of times I'm just kind of talking out into the void, and maybe someday, you know, someone will get some good information from it. I'm just talking about my personal experience throughout this whole journey, and kind of the things that I realize or care about or whatever. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys. See you later.